There's been a hefty uptick in demand on agriculture since the outbreak of COVID-19, which makes laborers getting sick with it that much more of a threat to large farms. But for the small farms around Lubbock, the outbreak poses a different set of threats.
I'm planting onions right now. I'm just going to keep going while we're on the phone.
That's Ashley Myers, a co-owner of Quail Feather Farms. She runs the farm with her friend and partner, Joshua Shankles.
More than ever, we see this need to continue to do this because people need food right now, and just like everybody else, we have no idea what's about to happen.
Dr. Darren Hudson is a professor at the Agricultural and Applied Economics Department at Texas Tech University. His research focuses on food marketing and agricultural policy and trade, and he has a few ideas on what's about to happen.
We often think about agriculture as being this sort of monolithic thing, and it's not, right? So there are small farms, farmers markets, all these kinds of smaller niche things that are out there, and they don't really fit into, the sort of the round peg in the square hole of government programs. And so a lot of them are really, especially those that relied heavily on farmers markets and local restaurants that bought their product, they're feeling it.
And that's exactly what happened with Myers and Shankles. In early March, when COVID-19 was making its way to Lubbock, they experienced a sobering moment.
It was like the very first harvest we ever had where we didn't have a single restaurant order on the board. And that was a really sobering thought to think like, oh, our restaurants may never order again.
It's going to be hard to help them because there's no system that's set up to locate them and get money in their hands in the same way that there is for the regular farmer, commercial farmer like cotton or corn or whatever. The system just doesn't exist.
Quail Feather Farms relies on business from clients around town like the Craft House and La Serena. And on summer weekends, you'll find them perched up at their farmers market stand, selling salad mixes, bags of broccoli, and other produce from their stock. Although not all business has completely dried up, the uncertainty of everything has them rethinking their strategy.
We have really switched things around, how we do stuff. We're delivering, we're using an app. Hopefully everything just kind of mellows out and goes back to normal and restaurants open back up and we can hug our friends, but we're planting like we may not have access to fresh produce, in the next couple of months.
For Texas Tech Public Media, I'm Casey Ellingson. COVID-19 coverage is brought to you in part by Texas Mutual Insurance Company, a health and safety-focused workers' compensation provider.